Hi, what is going on? It's Derp here, and today I've brought some more Master League Classic battles. I decided to use something quite spicy, Shadow Mewtwo. Now, you might have seen it used before. Basically, the thing is with Shadow Mewtwo, its glassiness actually hurts it more than the extra damage does. So it's lower rated than regular Mewtwo. However, as you'll see, I got some really crucial, like the extra 20% Shadow bonus really does benefit it. So I decided to pair it with Zacian and Giratina. So safe swapping either Mewtwo or Giratina, either work pretty decent as a safe swap to try and bait out the Dark type user, which Zacian can then handle with its Player of Close Combat moveset. And the other one of the two is hopefully trying to sweep. So it's sort of an ABB style line. So let's get into the battles. So first, we've got Zacian into Garchomp. Now, this is a pretty favorable lead, especially because they've got Dragon Tail. So a bit of desync at the start, but they shouldn't harm it too much. And I know, because this is only 5, this can only be a Sand Tomb. So they go straight Sand Tomb. That does basically nothing. Now, they bring in Togekiss here, and I hope to give the impression that I've got Wild Charge by throwing this move. So hopefully I get a shield. I do get a shield. I'm going to bring in Shadow Mewtwo, and you can see Charms do so much. And I'm going to go straight for the Ice Beam. And I really hope that they no-shield this. Wow, that one-shots Togekiss. They probably weren't expecting that. Ice Beam's pretty unconventional on Mewtwo. But I think it's worked really well here. So, Garchomp comes in, and I'm going to get to a Side Strike. And at this point, they're really scared of the Ice Beam. So they probably shield, which they do. So, Mewtwo getting us a shield advantage. So with 2 shields to 0. They know that I've got Play Rough, so they'll probably try to swap out after debuffing me. They go for the Sand Tomb. And because of the desync, I know that I can throw this Play Rough and they won't be able to catch. So this is really awesome. This is going to be one-shotting the Garchomp. I'm going to swap in my Giratina. They've got theirs, and the opponent sees that they've got no win con. I'm up 2 shields. They can see the match. GG's. Yeah, so as you can see, Mewtwo's got such a great damage output that it was able to threaten shields and threaten all that health on Togekiss, which is really good. Zacian into Melmetal. Now, this is quite interesting. Close combat will be hitting for super effective, but depending on timing of moves, I know that they can win this matchup. So they actually throw straight away. So that's just a Rock Slide. I can no shield. And they catch a close combat on my, on their Melmetal, which is really unfortunate. I swap in Giratina, because this is such a good matchup for me. I'm going to throw the Ominous Wind, because I'm sort of expecting them to let this go. Yeah, they'd have to shield and be able to throw a move. They're bringing in Mudshot Garchomp, so different fast move this time. And, yeah, I'm just going to go straight for the Shadow Ball. I want to pressure big health on this Garchomp. We get a shield, that's really nice. It's slightly underleveled as well, so not sure how much that affects this matchup. I'm going to let this go. It's the Outrage at one-shots. That does a lot. I bring in Shadow Mewtwo here, and despite having the double super effective Ice Beam, Shadow Mewtwo is so attack-weighted that I'm just going to be able to go straight Side Strike and be able to win this matchup, which I think is really good. They did throw a Sand Tomb there, which sort of took me off guard. Side Strike comes through, gets a shield, as you'd expect. So at this point, interesting play. Yeah, actually, I like this, because I can definitely no shield. There's no point in them outraging, so it's just a Sand Tomb. Yeah, I'm going to start shielding here. I'm going to be able to shield this Rock Slide. And nice. So we've got 2 close combats loaded. This first one is going to come through to about 75% of its health. The second one's going to come through. Going to be taking out this Melmetal. So this is such a good position. And they can't Mudshot me down from here, despite the fact my defense is at minimum. So they're forced to throw, which is absolutely amazing. I know my win con here. My win con here is bringing in Shadow Mewtwo. I could go for the Side Strike, but no. I'm going to go shield this, even though it's very likely just a Sand Tomb. Shield this, and we're going to go for the BM Ice Beam. This will probably one-shot 3 Garchomps. Like, insane. There's so much. And yeah, that takes it out. GG to that opponent. So far, we've picked up a couple of good wins, as you can see. This team functions pretty well. I think I wouldn't recommend maybe using regular Mewtwo would be a better plan because of the fact that it's just a better Pokemon overall. But yeah, into Shadow Mamoswine. Holy spice, this is like insane. And I did start a turn late, so they managed to throw on alignment, which is really unfortunate for me here. So I've got to shield the Avalanche, and I'm gonna throw my close combat, and they catch it on the Mewtwo. That was a really great heads-up play from my opponent. And so despite having Giratina aligned here, like, it's not good. It's just not a good situation for me. So I'm forced to no shield. It's the Shadow Ball that does a lot. Yeah, I'm gonna undercharge this. I want to try and get it off a few Shadow Claws here, farm down, which is good because we do. And that does mean that we are able to reach an Ominous Wind, but my opponent, as you're going to see here, has been keeping track of energy, so they know to no shield. And I can't farm down with either Pokemon here. The fast moves don't have much damage pressure. I'm going to come in, throw this close combat. I highly expect to get a shield here, because I know they've got a lot of energy, which they do shield, so good play by them. They're over-farming really well. So I'm just going to let this go. Shadow Mewtwo with no shields is a dead Mewtwo. So I bring in Shadow Mewtwo here. I'm going to shield, but I know that, like, because of their shield advantage, and they bring in a Chestnut. Oh my gosh. This is, like, insane. Really amazing that they were able to bait out the Giratina. This was a really well thought out team. But Chestnut is super spicy. So at this point, you're going to see Energy Ball does a lot. And I've got to overfarm here. It's my only shot at winning. But sadly, I know that despite Shadow Mewtwo being really strong, it's just not going to be able to survive the Powder Snows. And we do get farmed down. So GG's to that opponent. I think that team was awesome. I'm not even mad to lose to that team. That was really spicy. So going up against David is here. Nice to know that David is here. And this is a great lead in Palkia. So they're going to swap into Excadrill, and I'm comfortable staying in here. I'm going to throw Close Combat, and if this isn't CMP, then I'm going to swap into Giratina, because it's a bit more of a good matchup. Yeah, so I come into Giratina. I know I can tank 2 Drill Runs, which is the nice thing about this matchup, and Mudshot does not provide a lot of pressure. So I'm going to go straight for the Shadow Ball. Weird lag there. They get in a fast move and throw their move, which is quite unfortunate. But I'm able to get off the Shadow Ball. I expect them to no shield trying to call a bait, which is they do, which is really good for me. They're going to come in and get 2 Dragon Tails with a farm on the Palkia. They bring a Metagross, and I'm like, ooh, this is not a great position. So I'm going to throw this Close Combat. Hopefully they no shield. They do no shield, which is really good for me. And at this point, I wasn't familiar with this matchup. But I think Ice Beam is the right way to go here, being only single resisted rather than double. I get a shield, which is quite favorable. And yeah, I'm going to shield this up because I know that my Zacian has got the debuff to be able to kill this Metagross. A bit of lag, but they still get to the second move, so it doesn't change much here. I think I overfarm. Yeah, I overfarm here, which is a really nice play. Just being able to threaten that Palkia. So they get KO'd by the Ice Beam, which is really nice. And I'm going to swap into Zacian, because I know here, with my move loaded, that I'm going to be able to win CMP against the Palkia. So I don't even need to play rough here. I know they're going to have to throw a move to take me out anyway. They throw an Aqua Tail. This barely doesn't kill. They get 1 more Dragon Tail, but even if they had the move here, which I don't think they did, Mewtwo, super strong, super high attack stat, going to be able to win CMP, take out the Palkia, and that was a pretty close end game, but we managed to clutch it out with Mewtwo. Good game to my opponent. So yeah, as you can see, the Metagross was sort of difficult, Zacian and Mewtwo to handle, so our Metagross lead isn't too favourable. Obviously that wasn't in the lead, so thankfully we did have a bit of residual energy to help manage with it. Into the next game, we have a Dragonite on the lead, and this is, again, either an underleveled or a really bad IV Dragonite, but I'm happy to stay in here. Hopefully they think I'm going to run Wild Card, so I'm just going to go straight for the play rough, and as you're going to see, boom, That almost one-shots. They bring a Metagross. I swap in Giratina, and they can see the game. That was quite funny. Yeah, they just got hard countered there. What else can be said? Unfortunate for them, but it happens. So into the next game, Zacian into Togekiss. Now, despite this being a pretty unsecure matchup for me, this is where I want to see it, because Charms do less here than against any of my others. So I'm just going to go straight player off, apply shield pressure. And yeah, I tend to get a shield quite early on, because they do expect the wild charge. So I'm going to bring in Mewtwo. No shield's ancient power. It does a decent amount, but like it's not threatening enough. I'm going to throw the Ice Beam. I either get the second shield or one-shot this Togekiss. And we one-shot the Togekiss. That's awesome. They bring in Ho-Oh. Pretty poor. Could have gotten one more Psycho Cut worth of damage there, but it doesn't matter. Psystrike Lance does a heck of a lot. That is Shadow Mewtwo for you. And we're going to be able to align our Giratina onto this Ho-Oh, which is really nice. I'm going to shield this first Brave Bird, because I've got 2 shields and I want to start using them. I'm bringing Garchomp. I've got Zacian here. Now, my only problem here is they've got potential Earth Power. Ooh, I no shield that. That's really rough. I do survive it, and I'm able to get to the close combat. But I'm not. Apparently, Niantic decided today was not my day. We lag out, we don't get off the move. We're forced to bring in Giratina, and despite having a shield, we shield 1 Outrage, but there's no way we live an Outrage. And sadly, we just can't do enough damage here. So you're going to see we get to the second Shadow Ball, which it doesn't do enough. And they live on a slither of HP and manage to get to the Outrage. Yeah, GG to my opponent here. I really don't think they deserve to win that one, because I would have been able to get off the close combat. There would have been an ominous wind range. And yeah, Giratina would have just been able to deal with the backline. But, hey well, it doesn't really matter. You win some, you lose some, eh? And we've got a Dialga on the lead. So, again, this is not a very comfortable matchup, but you're going to see that this is where we want to stay in. I can win this. I'm going to go for the close combat, and I'm probably going to throw a second close combat. I do throw a second. It is CMP, so I'm definitely going to shield this. No questions asked. Iron Head would one-shot from this range, especially because we're debuffed. So the second close combat going to come through, and they no shield. And I'm going to bring in Shadow Mewtwo. And they bring in Excadrill, and like, despite them being a Steel type, you're going to see, I'm pretty sure this is the game. Oh my god. That is neutral non-stab damage. That Ice Beam. Holy moly. Drillrun does so much again. Like, 2 really attack-weighted Pokemon. But what I'm seeing here is, I'm going to be able to completely fast move down this Excadrill, which is really favorable for me. We leave with nearly 2 Side Strikes loaded. They bring in Yveltal, and I'm going to go for the Ice Beam here. I know that they're probably in a shield. Yeah, they do shield, that's smart. I'm going to swap into Zacian. Yeah, this is such a dominating matchup here. They're going to throw the Dark Pulse. It doesn't threaten much. And I overfarm by 1 just so they don't catch. If they don't catch, this Play Rough's going to come through, do a massive chunk. Oh my gosh, that's some big damage there. And I overfarm by 1. Questionable, but again, sort of anticipating the catch. And yeah, bit of lag here. I think they've forced quit the app. Jeez. I've got much to say. Yeah, so here comes the Dialga. And we just Shadow Claw it down for the win. GG. So, like, you're seeing here, we're winning a lot of these games. And I went into this expecting to tank Elo, but I think this got me into the 2300. So it did gain me 100 points or so, which I was pretty impressed with. People were not ready for the damage that Shadow Mewtwo can provide. So here we are, and Melmetal lead. So this is sort of iffy, like, we saw this play out before this matchup, and they're smart. Ooh, is this a flash cannon? I feel like it's a flash cannon. It's a flash cannon. We get cannoned. Oh, that does a lot. I'm going to throw this this close combat. It's gonna get a shield actually, and I expected them to try and catch the other, which they do onto Lugia. So we do get our Giratina aligned here, which is really nice. So I'm just gonna go straight Shadow Ball, don't expect a shield, and they know shield. So I'm gonna throw. I don't throw move actually. Instead, I'm gonna shield this. I hope it's an Aeroblast, and it is an Aeroblast. That's really good for me because it means they don't reach a second move. So we're going to leave this matchup with so much. Like, we're nearly at 100 energy here. So even if they bring in Melmetal, which they do, which is interesting, I'm going to Shadow Ball this. It's going to do a lot, probably about half, which is really good chip. And they bring in Dragonite, and I bank a move because I know that my Mewtwo can't really threaten the Melmetal. So I bring in Mewtwo. I just go straight Psy Strike here. The reason being, it will probably be one-shotting anyway. No need to go up to the Ice Beam. So I shield up this Dragon Claw, and we're going to throw this second Psy Strike. And as you're going to see, boom, that one-shots Dragonite right there. This is really good. And they've got Melmetal left. Yeah, they just top left. Shadow Mewtwo making Melmetal's top left, even with double resisted, 2 resisted charge moves, which is really awesome. So yep, you see there, that was a 4-1, I believe. It was really good. These battles are jumbled up. This isn't the order that I played them all in. Yeah, we should be coming to the end of the battles right about now. I think we've got a couple left. So Zacian into Dialga, excuse the messages, should really start using Do Not Disturb. I don't know why I don't do that. But yeah, as you're going to see, we're going to go straight close combat. They throw an Iron Head straight away, which is fine. Either way, debuffed or non-debuffed, it'll still warrant a shield. I'm going to throw one close combat, and because they already threw that energy, I'm fine over farming just in case they try to catch a move. Yeah, they don't try and catch. This is going to maybe pressure the second shield, which it does, which is interesting. So I tried to sort of catch on Shadow Mewtwo. They bring in Yveltal, and they are not ready. So I build up, I throw on CMP tie here, which is really good. And Ice Beam, boom, that does so much. That does like 95% of the Yveltal's health. So I know I'm not going to be able to Psycho Cut down, so there's no point shielding this. I'm just super pleased with all the damage we got off there. So what my play is here is actually to snarl down this Yveltal. And I'm going to leave this with a lot of energy. I wasn't sure whether Dialga left the matchup with an Iron Head loaded, but I'm pretty sure they did. So I think I'm going to just throw this to close combat. Yeah, I tried to throw it, but they'd already thrown their move, so I don't think this triggered CMP tie. Yeah, they catch on Groudon, but I think I would have thrown this move regardless. Yeah, I probably would have thrown that regardless. So they can't reach an Earthquake, I don't believe, before I reach a Shadow Ball. Actually, yeah, they snuck in a Mudshot, so they do reach the Earthquake at the same time I reach Shadow Ball. So that hits for a lot, but yeah, I actually undercharge. I like this play. I'm going to... In fact, I think this is the perfect undercharge. Yeah, they throw a Fire Punch. If I were them, I think I could have reached an Earthquake. Yeah, they probably could reach an Earthquake, but they got scared, went for the Fire Punch. I leave this. Ooh, they take me out with a Dragon Breath, but thankfully we've got the close combat loaded. Is this going to be taking out the Dialga? It sure is going to be taking out the Dialga. That is really good, and that is the end of the battles. So I hope you enjoyed the video. I really enjoyed playing these battles. I think I had a lot of fun. Shadow Mewtwo, not necessarily something I recommend building if you don't already have it, but if you do have it, like built for raiding, PvE for example, it is super fun. And you saw like the Ice Beam, even on neutral things like the Excadrill, it just hits so hard. So yeah, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Smash a like, subscribe, share it around to people you think would also enjoy the video, and I'll see you in the next one.